My favorite way to approach my nutrition is to have what I call a flexible eating plan. So a flexible eating plan is an eating plan that is flexible. So basically, in contrast to like the traditional meal plan, which is like, hey, have these like very specific foods at these very specific times, this is still a plan that for eating, but it's flexible. So typically, depending on the phase or whatever, like I'll have calorie goals, a protein goal, a fruit goal, a veggie goal, and a fiber goal. And I like to have this flexible eating plan because I found that it helps to minimize the amount of time and energy I have to put into thinking about food. So basically, like, versus me just like chasing the calorie, protein, fruit, veggie, and fiber goals every day, and having no plan for how I'm gonna hit it. Like I said, I find that it causes me to have to spend more time and energy thinking about food than I want to. Where with this plan, it's kind of like I have a setup, and then it's able to change if I want to change something, or if something comes up and I have to change it. So basically what the flexible eating plan is like, let's say and I kind of touched on this in the last video that I put out as well, is I typically go grocery shopping most weekends, and either before I go or when I'm there, I sit down and I think about, okay, well, what do I want my breakfasts this week to be, my lunches, my dinners, and if I have a fourth meal or another protein feeding or whatever. So I'll kind of put together like my flexible eating plan for the week. The difference, I guess, between this and like a traditional meal plan is it's made up of foods that I like. I remember like back in the day, sometimes I would follow meal plans and I would build the meal plans based on foods that I thought like would help me reach my goals versus foods that I actually enjoyed. So that's one, like, I guess, key like characteristic of this is like, it's all those breakfasts, lunches, and dinners and things are made up of foods that I actually enjoy. So that's one thing that doesn't make me feel like this is a bunch of stuff that I don't want to eat that I have to eat. And then the other thing is that it is flexible. So one of the best definitions, I guess my favorite definition of flexible that I've found, is something that's able to be easily modified or respond to altered circumstances or conditions. So again, unlike the traditional meal plan where it was like I had to eat these foods at these times, this is almost more just like a plan A. But I know that if something comes up and I can't follow this plan, it's no big deal. That's when I go back to, okay, well, what are my calorie, protein, fruit, and veggie goals, and how can I hit those using different foods or whatever. So again, not a huge long video, but it's just, I've just found that having a flexible plan has been super helpful for, again, minimizing the time that I have to think about food, but also help me be more consistent with hitting my daily nutrition goals. And I found that with clients as well. The clients who consistently hit their nutrition goals the most tend to put together some sort of eating plan like this. Like they know before they go to bed what they're going to be having when they wake up, what they're going to have for lunch, what they're going to have for dinner, or at least a pretty good idea. And again, it's those foods are things they enjoy, so they're not like dreading them. And they know, okay, that's like a plan A, but if something comes up, I can always pivot and find different foods. So all this to say is that if you have daily nutrition goals, you have calorie goals, protein goal, fruit goal, veggie goal, fiber goal, and you're having trouble consistently hitting those things, and you don't have some sort of plan some eating plan that you kind of right now are just going like day to day and trying to figure out as you go along, maybe consider this weekend or next time you go grocery shopping, putting together some sort of flexible eating plan and testing that out the next week and seeing if you enjoy it and seeing if it helps increase your consistency.